have it that only 7% of men discuss health issues and private topics such as bedroom concerns, urinary issues, and relationships to anyone. Thankfully, it's the Men's Health Week 2019, another opportunity to discuss men's health. And this year focuses on the issues that affect men by numbers. Thank you so much for joining another exciting episode of Guardian Talks. I am Adeteke Lalo-Guranti. And of course, we're going to be discussing the issues affecting the overall well-being of a man. And joining me in this conversation is a fitness and wellness expert, Maje Ayida. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And
Good.
good to see you finally
In person.
Yes.
Live, not online, which is where I seem to live. But
Yeah.
no,
But
it's
it's
good.
all good. And then, we have this premonition about people that are into fitness and all that they're supposed to be all big and
And
all.
buff.
Yes.
And then you see me and I look normal.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that actually, bump into me. They're like, you're not as big as I thought you would be. I think I'm not supposed to be. I think what people expect is a bodybuilder, but fitness really is about shedding weight and putting on more lean muscle. So you look a little leaner in clothes and stuff. The idea is to lose weight and be the form that you're supposed to be, your best version. That's what fitness will lead to. So if you're a really big muscular person, then that's who you'll be. If you're slightly leaner and more normal looking, nothing wrong with big guys, by the way. But yeah, so yeah, this is me.
Oh, great. So this week is the Men's Health Week, and it's amazing how we get to talk about men now and their health. It's just about feminism all the time. So let's talk about men.
I know, thank you. Gosh, like we hear so much. Women, empowering women, helping women, lifting women. Men, let's lift each other, okay? Let's help ourselves because, you're right. The conversations we have normally are, financially based,
Yes.
or politics. You go, you
Or
see,
football.
or football, of course, but women, I think, care more about each other in terms of lifestyle and stuff. So I would like to see more conversations that men have about, so what are you doing? And I think that happens when you see slightly older men who are fitter and clearly take care of themselves. Then that's when the curiosity kicks in. That's when men will ask,
It looks so good.
Absolutely. So you will have other men asking him, so listen, what are you eating? What are you doing? How is it? That, for me, is an interesting conversation.
And then you guys don't get to talk about health issues well enough. And you don't
Yes.
want to talk about, just like I said in my intro, you don't want to talk about bedroom concerns. You don't want to talk about...
That's our privacy mindset, I think.
Right.
People see that as very private things. So
And does that make, even when a man is suffering from something, they still don't want to open up about it?
yes. Oh gosh, pride. Men, you don't want to show weakness. We're supposed to be strong. So we tend to keep our ailments to ourselves and keep it inside, keep it hidden. Don't even want to go to the doctor. What you don't know will hurt you. That sort of mindset. And that is all wrong. I think it's more important. Early detection is very important. Getting yourself checked out, going for checkups, very important. Not a lot of men do that as they should, As often as possible, go and get a checkup.
Okay, so let's talk about the diseases that are common to men and eventually kill them. And
Yes.
we're lonely women in the society.
This is why our life expectancy is so low here in Nigeria.
Yes, it is.
Lifestyle diseases. It's responsible for so much. It leads to so much. Heart disease, diabetes, hypertension. These are killers, and it all stems from lifestyle choices that you're making as a man. That means what you're eating, how much exercise you're getting, how you are taking care of yourself mentally, your emotional health, your finance health. These are all part and parcel of what makes a man, and each one has to be taken care of.
So let's talk about the diet now and what they get to eat.
Yes.
So some men don't know well enough how and when to start taking good food,
Mm-hmm.
and some feel that you have to wait till a certain level in life, maybe when you're 45,
A certain
or
age,
50,
yes.
So what are the kind of things not to take and at what time?
Okay, first of all, I think that everybody, no matter what age, needs to eat right. And that means eating balanced meals, more natural food. The more processed your food is, the worse it is for you. The more natural it is, like natural fruits, that's from nature. Look at it that way. And also the way food is prepared. I think that these things are formed through habit. and habits should be developed early, not waiting till later in life where it does not, where it should be part of your system, part of what you understand. Same thing for women, you know, a woman who is pregnant, you know, I would advise them to be exercising even before they start to think about getting pregnant, even during pregnancy, and especially after, especially if they want to start to return back to their normal weight. It's the same thing for men, though we don't get pregnant, but I would say that you develop these habits early, the habits of exercise. Why I am the way I am now is because I've always been into sports and activity. You know, I used to be into sports when I was in school, always want to be active, always want to be doing something, and that has spilled over into my life and is now a natural state for me. Whereas dealing with a lot of men, I mean, I do a lot of corporate work, so I see what corporate Nigerians are like, and you know, exercise is not a part of their lives. It's not something that they're used to. So making that transition gets all the more difficult as you get older. So it's the same thing with food. If you are used to eating, making bad food choices, it sticks with you. So it's a harder habit to break out of. And that means eating, you know, unhealthy snacks late at night. And, you know, the problem is our lifestyles that we have here as well as Nigerians. The traffic situation means that people are getting home really late.
Yes.
Sometimes, you know, and having late dinners. It means that people are ending up having one meal in a day and therefore eating huge portions, usually the wrong balance. And it's having a negative effect, a negative impact on us. And that is evident in our life expectancy. I keep going back to that. Why are our men dropping dead earlier than women?
Yeah. Research here says that 75% of suicides are by men.
Yes.
So 3 out of 4 people who commit suicide are men. So,
Yes.
yeah, there was this case of this guy who actually, I think because he failed, he said, no, 2 guys actually now. One said because his girlfriend left him, he committed suicide. Another said because he failed jam 3 times, he committed suicide. Why do you
Why
think
is that?
this is so?
Look, it's scary, to be honest, and quite sad when I hear about these cases. And I think back to when I was younger, when I was a teenager, and yeah, I understand that things like that feel like the end of the world. You know, I remember when I was 17 and had my first real heartbreak, and I thought like life was over, you know, or failing an exam, and the shame of it, you know, thinking I don't want to go on, and maybe even for a split second flirted with the idea of ending it all, but obviously not a serious thing. But you know, yes, we need to teach, we need to embrace our youth, because social media is the new schools. That's where they're learning a lot of things from. And honestly, what is being portrayed, the unrealistic lifestyles that is being portrayed, they need to learn the reality and the truths of life and know that, you know, what might seem so major in your teenage years is actually a drop in the ocean. Life is going to get even harder, mate. So we need to lead effectively. We need to lead our younger ones effectively. There's only so much we can do. We can't prevent them from feeling the pressure of life or reacting to these things or seeing these things. You can't block it. I think that all we can do is teach the right mindset. You know, it still goes back to mindset. Everything starts with your mindset, and if we can teach an effective mindset to our younger ones, I am hoping it would have some kind of positive effect on them. You know, it's just not worth it, guys. If you know, it's never as bad as it seems. Honestly, I think part of wellness is your mental health, and we're seeing it a lot more now because of social media, because it's a topic of conversation. It doesn't mean that there's been an increase in mental health cases. I think now we're just identifying it. You're not just one mad person running around, you know. Now we look at it as a result of what's going on in people's lives and their mental state. So I think men are definitely in higher risk jobs. You know, men are the ones that'll go to war, naturally. So we tend to work a lot later in life as well as we get older. You know, a man's earning potential increases as he gets older. So we are still dealing in stressful jobs when honestly we should be more relaxed, I think. So mental health is a big factor. I think men are under a lot more pressure as well as providers financially. So You know, what makes a man? What is a man defined by? Is usually defined by his work and what he does. And if he's not meeting up the standards in that department, it tends to affect them on a psychological level. You know, a business failure for a woman is interpreted differently than a business failure for a man. Business failure for a man is, oh, that's his worth. That is who he is. Do you know what I mean? So that's what defines him. So I think men are under more pressure that way, but I think we also put ourselves under more pressure, which is why it still boils down to a state of mind, how you are thinking about things. I think we value other people's opinions too much in life generally. That's both men and women. You know, that's something that I'm really pushing hard right now in the mental health agenda. A lot of our stresses and mental health issues stem from what the validation that we get from other people.
Yes.
And what we expect that. That's why you're seeing so much going on in social media now. People doing it for the gram, all of that. It's all boils down to what other people think. And freedom comes from eliminating that out of your life. And so does good mental health.
So how about the fact that men bottle up things a lot, and you know you're not sharing your problem with
Absolutely,
others.
absolutely.
Take for instance, I mean, when a lady, when she's when she goes through sexual abuse, you hear sexual abuse cases. You
Yes.
hear more of women coming out, but that doesn't mean a man has never been sexually abused before.
Yes.
But you just find like, oh, what do you mean? You
Or
were
just
abused?
abuse generally, you know. Like there's a Hollywood actor who came out recently and said that he was abused as a kid, or I mean, not as a kid, sorry, abused when he was trying to get Hollywood roles and stuff. I can't remember his name now, but he's quite a big, manly man.
Yeah?
I think he's on America's Got Talent. He's the host of America's Got Talent. Anyway, it'll come to me.
No, it's
But
Nick Cannon.
not Nick Cannon, the guy that replaced Nick Cannon. Anyway, the point is that he came out and said that, you know, when he was going for Hollywood roles, he too was abused, sexually abused. And men was just like, what? Like, why didn't you beat the guy up? Look at how big you are, or whatever the case may be. And I think that, again, it's about other people's opinions about it, which is why, from a pride perspective, men tend to bottle up emotions because they don't see it as manly to have been abused. You know, it's generally quite taboo. I do a lot of corporate wellness work, and part of that is to provide counseling services for people. So I do get to hear a lot about people's situations. You know, and you know, traditionally, men is just be your breadwinner,
Yes.
be strong, and be quiet. You
Yes,
know,
even
endure.
even as kids, when a boy is crying, like you're not a girl. Why
Absolutely.
are you crying and
Absolutely.
stuff like that?
So, and so we tend to carry a lot. And I think that as soon as men feel there's a safe space to express those emotions, you get a lot coming out of each person because we're going through a lot. We are supposed to be the protector, the provider, bear the brunt of the storm, whatever life storm that is, and to do it with a stiff upper lip. And I think that's changing now. I think men, we need to start to share and share with each other. So you make it safe for your friend to share with you. Talk to me. Don't just ask a man, how's business, how's work? You know, your questions should be more, are you
How are
happy?
you?
How are you? How are you coping? You know, that kind of thing. I think it creates an environment for sharing, and I think we could all benefit from that.
Oh, great. Before I let you go, let's also now talk about what affects the overall well-being of a man. Now, I'm sure there are certain things. It's not just about exercise now. It's not just about bottling things up.
Yes, yes.
What are those things you feel affect the overall well-being of a man?
Everything. Your environment, your work life, life at home, life at work, your diet, obviously, how much activity you're getting. Not just, you know, people, when you talk about exercise, you just tend to think about going to the gym, but it's also activity. What are you doing activity-wise? Give you an example, your weekends. Average man, what are you doing on a weekend? Is it just owambe, is it party, is it wedding? Or are you actually deliberately planning an active exercise, something you do? Maybe you decide to go swimming. Maybe you decide to take the family cycling, you know, go rent some bikes or buy bicycles, go cycling or go do something. Plan, schedule things that will expend your energy, things that will keep you active, because that is what we're supposed to be. By design, we're supposed to be active so that you feel refreshed at the end of a weekend coming into another busy week, you know. And then also what you do, what are you doing in your life? Are you happy with what you do? Is your job a daily struggle? That might be something to look at as well, you know, because there are a lot of people that are doing jobs that they actually absolutely hate. And that is going to mess with your mental state on a day-to-day basis, you know. So I believe that it's your environment, it's your internal workings, it's your mindset, the way you actually take in information and process it. You know, are you the kind of person that something happens to you, maybe on your way here, somebody hit your car? Are you going to unpack and live in that space and be angry for the rest of the day and take it out on everybody around you for the rest of the day? That's you kind of making a meal of something that has happened, using it as a crutch, as an opportunity to just lean on your anger for the rest of the day. Whereas you should actually just feel that emotion for the few minutes that it exists, then you put it away, go back to the right mindset and get on with things, you know? So how you deal with things, 90%, and my statistic is 90%, I don't care who's going to argue with me. 90% of life is about how you react to things, not what's happening to you, because stress is always going to keep coming at you. But the moment that you can actually connect with yourself in how you process and handle things, I think life will be a lot better. And teach your fellow man as well. Let them learn from you. I've got a friend of mine who's always so stressed. And he watched me on the phone, actually, trying to talk to an Uber driver. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that online, but talking to an Uber driver. And he was lost, and he was really screwing me around. And when I got off the phone, he goes, dude, the way you handled that guy, how calm you were for the entire time directing him in, I would have lost it right at the beginning of the conversation, you know? And you see it. You see people, their phone rings next to them, and you can see them visibly get stressed. Like, my phone, oh God, who, you know? And it's like, your mental state needs to change. How you react to things has to change, because these are the things that will prolong your life down the line. These are the things that will help to, you know, prevent these lifestyle diseases. I am in preventative healthcare. So you do things to prevent the sickness. And that is not just how much exercise you're doing and what you're eating, but how you think as well, how you process stress.
Thank you so much, Maje Ayida. That was wonderful. That was wonderful. You wrote an article recently for pot belly and all of
Yes, I said, what did I say? That pot belly is not cute.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, I saw somebody online actually wrote, Maje throws shade at men. I was like, no, I'm not against you guys. Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay, great. Because I found out some statistics. Since 2019, Men's Health Week is focusing on men's health by numbers. So this one says a waist size of 37 inches or above puts you at increased chances of heart disease, diabetes, and cancer.
Yes.
True, right?
Absolutely true.
Oh, great.
Absolutely true.
Men should aim for 150 minutes of moderate physical activity a week, at least.
I wouldn't say moderate. I would say exert yourself.
Oh, yeah?
Okay. Yeah. You've got to challenge yourself. If you're, you know, depending on your physical condition, if you're just, you know, going for a little walk here and there, it's not consistent enough. You're not challenging yourself enough. The body reacts to being challenged. So I would say go beyond just a little bit moderate and make walking a part of your life as regular as possible. On a daily basis, you should be walking up to 30 minutes in a day. Think about it like that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great. Okay, this one also says men should aim to eat 5 portions of fruit and veggies a day. True?
Yep.
This shouldn't be only about men.
It should be. It's everyone. Okay, but we are talking about men, so fair enough. Let's be specific. But yes, you balanced meals. Get your fruits and veggies in there on a daily basis. Yes,
Okay, this one
it's
also
medicine.
says men should take maximum 14 units of alcohol a week.
Oh,
How does
God.
alcohol affect you guys?
I don't want to alienate myself from men here, but you know, you be mindful about your drinking, because alcohol definitely has a negative effect on your body, especially if you're trying to stay in good shape. You know, you can put on a lot of weight. I mean, any man that drinks a lot of beer will know the effect it has. So I would say just be very mindful about the quantities that you're drinking. If you are smashing a lot of alcohol on a daily basis, you're doing too much. It is affecting you. It is affecting your heart health. Okay, so Yes.
Oh, okay.
Keep
Then
it
this one
controlled.
says cigarette smokers die 10 years younger on average than non-smokers.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
Then,
Awful habit.
yes, yes. Then the normal blood pressure is 120 over 80.
I'll leave that to the doctors to
Oh,
verify,
yeah.
but it sounds about right.
Oh, great.
Yes, you know, look, statistics for me, it's all very nice, but you can throw as many statistics as you want at somebody. If they're not ready to change their lifestyles, they won't. Something has to happen within you. So a fire has to be lit within you to make you want to actually have a more focused lifestyle. So pay attention, guys. Look at it as a priority. It will change your life. It will save your life. End of story.
Thank you so much, Maje. It was wonderful having you in the studio and
Thank you.
schooling us and learning us in on so many things.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, I'm sure you enjoyed this episode of Guardian Talks, and sit back, relax. There's always more episodes to come, and make sure you always interact with us. All you have to do is check us out on our website at guardian.ng or connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Guardian Nigeria. Thank you one more time. I'm Aditi Kilalo Granti.